What is a discipline hearing? A discipline hearing is a process where the discipline committee reviews complaints against dental hygienists and decides whether the dental hygienist is guilty or not guilty of professional misconduct or professional incompetence. Discipline hearings help the Saskatchewan Dental Hygienists Association protect the public by addressing practice or conduct issues. The first step in the hearing process is to notify the dental hygienist that the discipline committee has been asked by the professional contact committee and an investigator to hold a hearing and make a decision about the complaint. The written notification must be provided to the dental hygienist at least 14 days in advance and is called a notice of hearing. The notice will include important details such as the date, time, and location of the hearing, along with the allegations against the dental hygienist. Once the dental hygienist receives the hearing notice, they will want to think about the evidence and witnesses that will help them present their case. They will have to decide if they plan to plead guilty or if they wish to challenge the allegations. Sometimes the dental hygienist may choose to hire a lawyer to assist in part or all of the discipline process. But hiring a lawyer is not a requirement. Before hiring a lawyer, the dental hygienist may wish to check if the lawyer is familiar with professional discipline. If the dental hygienist decides to hire a lawyer, it is at their expense. Before the hearing, the Professional Conduct Committee, who will prosecute the complaint, will provide the dental hygienist with all documents in their possession, including their list of witnesses. This step will occur during a pre-hearing conference. The conference helps to prepare everyone for the hearing. In preparation for the hearing, dental hygienist or their legal counsel is responsible for deciding on and the arrangements for any witnesses they want to attend and testify. If there are documents that help support the dental hygienist case, it is important to bring them to the hearing. The dental hygienist does not have to share them before the hearing. Sometimes, the dental hygienist may ask someone who has information to share it at the hearing. But if the person does not want to share or become involved when this happens, something called a subpoena may be required. A subpoena directs a person to share the information they know. To request a subpoena, the dental hygienist would have to contact the Court of Queen's Bench for Saskatchewan. What happens at the discipline hearing? The discipline committee is made up of dental hygienists and members of the public and is supported by legal counsel. To ensure the process is fair, all committee members complete a conflict of interest check. Any member who may have a conflict is unable to participate in the hearing. Hearings are often held virtually or in a meeting room, and in most cases are open to the public. A court reporter is present and will record all information shared in a document called the transcript. During the discipline hearing, the Professional Conduct Committee and the dental hygienist will each have a turn to present their case. This may be done by their respective legal counsels. It is always best if the dental hygienist attends the hearing. If the dental hygienist chooses not to attend the hearing is held without them. Sometimes, the information supporting the case is shared through something called an affidavit. An affidavit is used if a person cannot be present but has information to share. An affidavit is a written statement sworn by the writer to be the truth and witnessed by an approved authority. If you are curious, more information can be at the Saskatchewan Courts webpage, sasklawcourts.ca. Sometimes the parties who are present at the hearing will share information about their case by submitting documents or presenting verbally information shared verbally called a testimony. Before anyone can share their testimony, the hearing panel chair will ask them to take an oath on the Bible or make a promise to tell the truth. Following testimony, the discipline committee may ask questions to clarify anything they heard. Once the dental hygienist and the Professional Conduct Committee have both presented their case, the hearing ends. What happens after the hearing ends? The committee considers all of the evidence and decides whether or not the dental hygienist is guilty of professional misconduct and/or professional incompetence. Once the discipline committee decides the dental hygienist receives a written decision, the decision will explain if the dental hygienist was found guilty or not guilty of professional misconduct and/or professional incompetence and the reasons for their decision. If the dental hygienist is found guilty, the discipline committee will determine the penalty. Sometimes another hearing is held to decide the penalty. Once the discipline committee decides on a penalty, it is put into writing and becomes a discipline order. The order is delivered to the dental hygienist. Orders may be any of the following: loss of licensure, suspension, practice restrictions, a reprimand, a fine, a requirement to pay the costs of the investigation and hearing, and a requirement to notify employers. Once the discipline committee has shared its decision with the dental hygienist, it will be posted on the SDHA website and becomes visible on the public registry. If you would like to know more about this process, please contact the SDHA directly.